Well, guys, since I'm back with a new channel, let's just start from the ground up. Let's just get right into this. This is a video response to Onisions' Draw My Wife video. And I know it's an old video, it's only 2 years old, but I feel like I need to say something about this. Simply because of the fact that it's always going to be manipulated, he's always going to be fucking crazy, and I feel the need to actually say something about it. Okay, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. It's less than 10 fucking seconds into your video and I already have something to say. That's how shitty this has already gone. First off, you say draw your wife, which is fine, but let's proceed to the other issues, because I literally can just start poking holes in all the things you're saying. First, you say Lane is the most loving person you've ever known. Considering how many failed relationships you've been in, including the first relationship you've had that was serious, which I believe was your wife of 5 years, Sky, who is now your ex-wife. After that, you jumped from one fangirl to the other for a while before you hooked up with Shiloh for the sole purpose of trying to advance your career. That's exactly why you hooked up with her. It wasn't because you wanted her as a person, it's because you knew that her popularity would help skyrocket your career in connection to hers. Knocked her up, pushed her into a doorframe a couple times, made her miscarry, and then she got sepsis from that. And then later you sent her back to Canada, and then I guess some guy 87 barged into a live chat, like a live stream he did, and straight up told you that she actually had lost another kid due to complications that this had been true, and you freaked out and cut off the live stream. Greg, I don't even know. Let's just continue with the video. So because someone you follow on Twitter just somehow tweets back that they're your soulmate, that somehow makes it like it must be fate for it to happen. It can't be just the fact that this person saw that you have money and status and a whole bunch of shit that they could actually use to advance their own life. Thusly, they think you're cool because you only show them what you want them to see. Greg, your whole way of going about every video you've ever made is more or less saying, I'm always right, they're always wrong. No matter what I say, no matter how biased it is, no matter how I try to shut them up, they're always wrong. And I am always right. That's the pretentious, egotistical, sociopathic man-child attitude you seem to have about everything. Hold on. Your ex-girlfriend Shiloh had been pregnant with your kid, which had died later due to complications, and for some reason you're using that as a justification for just deciding to start going after Lainey. And what the fuck do you mean a tweet? How the fuck is a fucking tweet so fucking meaningful? I mean, seriously, you could have a relationship for someone that is like 5 years, that is not meaningful to you, asshole. But the moment someone fucking tweets they're a soulmate, you basically start coming in your pants at the idea this person could be the one that makes you feel complete. Or in your words, makes you seem like a better person. When the reality is, dude, you're so full of shit you could never become a better person, simply because you would refuse to change. People like you don't change. You don't try to perfect your life, you don't try to improve your life or improve the lives of those around you, you pretty much just act as though, sorry, my face is kind of itchy. You just try to make everyone else feel as though they owe you something, or you make them feel shitty about themselves. And then you tell other people that whenever they say something negative about you, it's only because they're lying, when the reality is it's because you've said the exact same shit people claim you have said. And that's almost in every fucking video. Hold on. So you're saying that you had a friend that you've never actually seen, but you hang out for a while, and this is just a cool friendship, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, you know what, fuck it, let's just get married. Like, fuck actually feeling this way about someone, or knowing you feel this way about someone. It's not that feeling that way, because otherwise you would have just said, I felt very strongly for this person, or something along those lines. But you didn't. It's basically like, well, we play games together a lot, we don't really know each other that well, we haven't really got to know each other that well, but if we hang out a few times during the week and have fun, it means we must get engaged, effective immediately, because you're so super serial. Dude, it seems like this relationship was more idealistic than it was realistic. It seemed more like to me it seems you were trying desperately to find someone to fill a void in your life, but the problem is you weren't even sure if that void needed to be filled. So it seems to me like you're desperately scrambling to find something that you might not necessarily really need. Okay, so you're saying that everything was fine until other people get involved. Now, I just like to stop for a minute and just say something. People in my family, who I'm not going to mention, as to how they're related to me, or so on and so forth, because, let's face it, that would be a violation of their privacy. I'm not going to violate their privacy in such a crass fucking way. But a couple of people who were related to me were in similar situations just like that. But these people were abusers, and these people have been known or rumored to be abusers. Thing is, though, they tried to blame the rest of the world for the way they were treating these people. It's like, it's your fault this person's talking to you and that I treat you this way. No, it's your fault for being a jealous fucking egomaniac. I mean, to me, that's what it sounds like. Anytime you deal with an abuser, they always try to paint the rest of the world as the problem. When it comes to how they treat someone, they can never address themselves as the source of the issue, because that would require them to admit that they have a fault, which abusers normally never fucking do. So basically, this is just a veiled way for you to try to paint Steve and Mr. Repzion as assholes, simply because they said that it's kind of weird that you form a relationship with someone you've never even met before in, like, the course of a couple months, and then you just suddenly fucking show up on their parents' doorstep. Yeah, like, I am amazed that you're so fucking stupid that you don't have any ability to just, like, pop into the sidelines for a minute and say, well, wait a minute, yeah, this does seem weird. This does seem like something that someone who has a normal sense of right and wrong may take issue with. No. You don't. Like, you never want to see things from other people's perspectives, Greg. You're more focused on whether or not how something can benefit you. And that's why eventually you're going to end up sitting in a fucking live stream with a fucking gun in your mouth ready to blow your fucking brains out when all your stupid fucking fans realize you're so fucking full of bullshit. You claim it's psychotic, yet you killed your pet turtle to do nothing else but get more notoriety and piss more people off. Yet you claim to be for animal rights. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. So full of fucking shit you are, Daniel. Greg, you are so full of fucking shit, boy. Dude, you may be like 11 years older than me, but you sure as hell don't act like it. I mean, you act like someone who's easily 9 to 10 years younger than me, because you seem to blame the rest of the world for your fucking problems. Everyone has fucking problems, but the fact that you seem to blame the rest of the world for them speaks volumes about you. People found out about it because of my wrist tattoo on Instagram. It was in whatever pictures and people just lost their minds. And now let's talk about Mr. Hold on. So, you knowingly fucking send an Instagram photo of yourself getting a tattoo that has love on it, and yet for some reason people are not supposed to get the conclusion that you're in another relationship. Dude, that's a broad fucking lie. I mean, that's a very obvious fucking lie right there. You did it full right, knowing that people would react in a way accordingly. You need to stop lying to people and pretending that you don't do things, because it's obvious when you do these fucking things, you freak the fuck out when someone calls you out on them, and then you wonder why it is no one wants to deal with your nihilistic ass.
Knowing I was now dating Lady, Mr. Grump wanted to meet me at Olive Garden. We'll say that's an Olive. Does that even show up on this? Stupid green.
Again, blaming everything else for your fucking problems. Hey, dumbass, you could have done a fucking equipment check before you start. I mean, seriously, you could have checked the markers and everything before having even recorded this little 4-minute video. And I feel bad that this video is already twice as long as yours. But it's just because of the fact that I have a lot to say, and to let it all out, I need to speak it all. Thing is, though, again, you could have done an equipment check.
Mr. Grump is sitting across the table from me at Olive Garden. Our conversation was kind of chill.
Okay, in case you don't know who Mr. Grump is, Mr. Grump is his father-in-law. Yeah, because, you know, apparently you can't treat your father-in-law like a father-in-law. He has to freak the fuck out at every given opportunity. Yet, for some reason, he has no idea why people give him such shit over his overreactions. Sorry, I'm typing a message right now. Okay, let's get right back on track, shall we? Thing is, though, he tries to paint his father-in-law like some angry, grumpy asshole who just takes an issue over nothing, when the reality is he's just a concerned dad who found the circumstances of his daughter's friendship slash engagement with you, Greg, a little fucking fishy. And frankly, I would too. I mean, think about it. If I was like 10 years older, I'd be 32. And I had a 17-year-old fucking kid. Well, actually, I probably would have had to. Thing is, though, if I was 40 and I had like a 17-year-old kid, and all of a sudden my kid said, this 20-something-year-old man's gonna show up in the next couple days, we decided to get engaged, even though I'd never seen him, or I've never spoke to him in person, I've never seen him in person, and even though you don't know who the fuck he is, I hope that's okay with you, Dad. At that point, I would probably tell that kid to go to their room just long enough for me to wait for your stupid ass to show up just to kick the ever-loving shit out of you after demanding to know some serious fucking information about what the fuck it is that you're doing and why you're doing it in the way that you are.
At first, then his eyes started turning red. He started getting teary because Mr. Grump decided to threaten my well-being. Despite my relationship with Lady being legal, he also threatened to put me in prison, despite, again, our relationship being totally legal. So he threatened to seriously harm me and possibly kill me, as well as threaten me in other ways. F that guy. So
no, F you, Greg. Fuck you, because you're an arrogant, condescending asshole who likes to paint everyone who doesn't agree with you as some grumpy son of a bitch. Like, yeah, right now I probably look like one of the angriest, most condescending, cantankerous assholes on the planet. But this is not how I am 24/7. The only reason I'm aggravated with how you're acting, Greg, is because you try to paint a concerned parent as some heartless fucking asshole, when he's really just concerned about what exactly your intentions are relating to his child. I mean, I'm not even a fucking parent, and it's easy for me to understand how pissed off a parent would be if some weird fuck like you showed up on their doorstep with a boner pretty much saying, yeah, your daughter's gonna be leaving with me, she's gonna be sucking on this for a while, and I'm gonna be and I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't manipulate her into leaving. Get bent, Greg, seriously, get bent. You're so fucking out of your mind.
despite the online drama we wanted no part in, so we never announced our relationship in the first place.
Wanting no part in it, my fucking aching dick. Dude, you want every part in every bit of drama you've ever helped perpetuate. The drama you perpetuate is pretty much how you fund your little bullshit lifestyle. Like your little Tesla car, it's $120,000, Blue Book, easily. And you bought that with the revenue provided by videos like this exact fucking video. And somehow you're trying to say that the fucking drama doesn't benefit you, thus you avoid it? It benefits you entirely, because it gives assholes like you more fucking money to spend. I don't get why the fuck your fans are so stupid they don't see that. I mean, seriously, you lie to them over and over and over again about how you're not an exploitionist, when other people can literally dig up fucking textbooks worth of information about all the bullshit you've pulled on other people to take advantage of them. But you fucking shy your fans away from this, full right, knowing that if they saw this, they'd get tired of dealing with your crazy ass. You did announce your fucking relationship via the tattoo, and you knew they'd react the exact way they reacted, so shut the fuck up! You fucking moron!
Despite Mr. Grump, we continued to be in love regardless. At one point, I texted Mr. Grump letting him know that I was going to marry Lainey regardless of what they had to say.
Let me just take a minute to just relax. Okay, so you're telling me that you text this concerned dad saying you're marrying their child anyway, when they full right deny you their blessing. If I had done that to my girlfriend's father, I don't know how he would react. I have only met him a couple times because he lives in a different place, but I'm pretty sure he'd be fucking furious or very, very aggravated if I did something as fucking stupid and selfish as that. I mean, I know that a parent has rights when it comes to how their child is treated and how the child behaves. Like, even as a teenager, a parent should be able to say, no, you can't do this. Especially when it involves something as serious as getting married to some crazy fuck on the internet you've never fucking met. I mean, seriously, you couldn't have just sat the fuck down with him and simply said, I respect your wishes, but I am still moving ahead. If you have any objections, we can please discuss this. But no, you don't have the fucking balls to sit down with him. You send him a fucking text message because you're so fucking dickless, such a fucking coward, they need to run away from any potential consequence, regardless of what you did to cause the consequence. I don't understand how anyone could be so fucking stupid and still question how that is that they have people with problems with them. I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to understand, but there's no way I can understand someone so fucking dumb. It's physically impossible to understand someone that fucking stupid.
They didn't accept our relationship was going to be very awkward for them. Mr. Grump was in Lainey's life permanently. Me marrying Lainey would make me in her life permanently. You see what I mean? Mr. Grump basically told me to go F myself. And a marriage between Lainey and I was basically never going to happen. So months down the line, Lainey contacts Mr. Grump asking for a birth certificate, and Mr. Grump refuses. It's awkward because Lainey was a legal adult who was entitled to have access.
Dude, 17 isn't a fucking adult. 18 is an adult, as considered in the legal system. Just because someone can give consent in certain states based on their age does not make them an adult. It just means they fall within the line of people who can give consent and who cannot. Which reminds me of another interesting story of the fangirl who you moved to another state just so the two of you could fuck, and then once that was done, you pretty much just dropped her. Dude, you pretty much, like, you knowingly have a record of taking advantage of people. And people try to call you out on it or try to just prove that you have done it at least twice. You freak the fuck out. And when your fans are so fucking stupid that they refuse to accept evidence even when it's staring them in the face. And you keep saying that someone's an adult based upon, like, Lainey wasn't even 18 when the two of you fucking met. You guys have been talking since she was like 15. You fucking pederast.
Access to her birth certificate. So what did she do? She just ordered a new birth certificate, and bam, she and I were married. Yeah, that's right. Now I just want to be clear. In addition to being physically abusive.
So, let me get this straight. You didn't have the actual. Hold on. So you're telling me you didn't even have like an actual ceremony worthy of the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with set up? Dude, a wedding is supposed to be, like, if you're married to someone, the ceremony is supposed to be something that worthy of her and yourself, worthy of something that shows you actually do want to celebrate the potential of you spending the rest of your life with this person. Not just, here, stamp, like, sign here and here, sign dipshit A is willing to marry dipshit B, and then some fat fuck behind the desk stamps it as approved. That does not mean you're fucking married, asshole. It just means you got a piece of paper that says so. It's more or less like a choker so that you can use it to manipulate Lainey anytime she says something you don't like. It's like, well, see, you can't leave. Legally, you're married to me, as per this fucking sheet of paper that's about as useful as a fucking toilet paper sheet. Okay, so you claim he was physically abusive towards Lainey. Do you have any fucking proof? Like, do you literally have any proof at all? I'm not saying it's outside the realm of possibility, but I'm saying I need proof to believe it. Because if there's no proof, then it's like, basically you're just telling your subscribers this so they'll side with you. Or trying to tell the people this so that if they don't know who's on whose side, and they don't know both halves of the story according to people that have seen you do things like this, and yourself, it's easier for those people to be swayed to your side if you straight up just say, well, he was abusive, at least as far as I say he is, so you must automatically insinuate everything I say is true. And that's how you sway a lot of your audience, asshole. You basically sway your audience most of the time by lying to them and telling them they should listen to things you say simply because they are things you say. You don't really give a fuck how it impacts people at all. It's more or less based upon you telling other people they're always wrong. Like, you have such a fucking problem with trying to let other people live their lives that it's hilarious. Now, before someone calls me a fucking hypocrite, I'm not directly talking to him. I'm not trying to ruin his marriage. I'm not trying to fuck with him. I'm simply giving my opinion on something in a blunt, yet loud as hell manner. Sure, I may be some loudmouth bastard who may not get along with everyone, but I'm not some hateful dickhead that would be willing to go so far as to harass the family. Like, my opinion is simply going to remain here. It's not going to spread beyond fucking YouTube. Simply because I don't have the need to really do that shit, and I don't really want to. It's not worth the trouble. The thing is, though, you say he's abusive, well, show us fucking proof. Hold on. Dude, the reason he was probably trying to figure out how you make more money than him is because you're some stupid fuck on the internet that doesn't really do anything with their lives. Like, you don't have a day job, you're not involved in your community in any way, shape, or form. You're just some dipshit that platitudes on the internet and uses a beauty dish filter to make himself look flawless. And then when his dipshit fans needingly masturbate your ego, you just pretend that you're always right, because it's much easier than admitting that you're just some dumbass behind a camera. I mean, think about it. You make roughly 6 figures a year doing what I'm doing right now, with only a few extra things added into it. That's really all it is. Like, if I had, like, $1,200 light boxes behind me, an $85 camera, and $500 worth of editing software, and a green screen, I'm pretty sure I could get just as fucking popular by saying the exact same stupid dipshit things you say. It wouldn't make me right, it just means idiots would follow me around and say, well, he has all this money, he can buy all this equipment, he must be right. When in reality, it would just be some asshole saying things he doesn't really know anything about, and they'd still be going along with it like a bunch of stupid little fucks. Dude, you didn't want her father to manipulate her, even though it wasn't manipulation, it was called parenting. Because you wanted to manipulate her. You wanted to control her because you knew that if you made more money, you'd have more control over her than their parents would. That's all it's about, asshole.
And thus he lost his power to tell her what to do and really control her life in any way. So Lady had been living with me for some time now. We were finally able to have a wedding ceremony with all my family. And yes, Mr. Grump was there. Only Mr. Grump was acting happy now. He even told me I was so handsome, which is weird coming from someone who threatened you with tears in their eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure he called you handsome, you fucking dumbass. Dude, you're such a fucking idiot. I mean, you knowingly just lied right there. It's like, yeah, he's gonna tell you you're handsome. Fuck you. It's just another way for you to try to massage your ego some more. It's basically just you saying, well, see how cool I am? Someone that hates me told me I'm handsome. I don't think he'd be smiling because pretty much anyone that you've ever had, like I did some digging just to really make sure I'd have everything like ironclad before I made this video. And from the digging I did and what I've asked around, what people have told me is that when you were initially married to Sky, you pretty much had nothing to do with the family. You had no intention of being involved with the family whatsoever. You basically disappeared off the face of the earth of the family up until the fucking divorce. And the only reason they heard about you after that was, well, because of the fucking divorce. Dude, I can't believe your whole fucking career pretty much got started by you dressing up in a fucking banana costume. I mean, think about it. It went from, like, random, stupid comedy bullshit that a 12-year-old will laugh at for a few seconds to you acting like you know anything about depression and self-harm. Seriously, what the fuck happened? Like, it went from being just some stupid satirical, like, not even satirical, it went from just being stupid bullshit that idiots found funny for a few moments, to a bunch of meaningless bullshit where you tell people that they're fucking stupid for self-harming, or you tell people that they're privileged just because they happen to not live in a third world country, which is something they can't really fucking control. So yeah, fuck you. Your career is a fucking joke. The sad part is, I could work my whole fucking life and not make nearly as much fucking money that you do. And why? Because Google decides that if you're sucking their dick long enough, they'll just start coming money on you until finally you can't take any more of it. Dude, honestly, you could lose roughly 200,000 subs, and it probably wouldn't even put a dent in how much you fucking make. But yet you tell people who are middle class that they're fucking privileged. Such a fucking dick.
Guess what? Lady got pregnant with babies. So Lady gave birth. We both decided not to share our offspring with people online, because a lot of people online are miserable, soulless bastards. We learned that lesson repeatedly throughout our relationship, especially when people were threatening to take away our children by contacting CPS. This is before the baby was even born, so why would they be contacting CPS? Because, like...
I'm sorry, I didn't need to say anything, I just had to take a breath of air for what I'm about to say next. Your kids deserve private lives. Children are not here for you to make monetary gain off them. Part of our decision to not expose our kids to the online world, if someone recognized them from the videos, completely alienating them from the other students. If a child wants a normal... Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. You're saying you don't want to exploit children for money, yet the fact that you're saying it in a video that's monetized is exploiting children for money in and of itself. But let's just take a step back, okay? Look at people like fucking Shay Carl. He seems to have a kick-ass time with their kids. They don't give a fuck they're on camera. They're just having fun with their fucking dad. Does it really fucking matter? And look at fucking Bad Dad. I love that fucking guy. He makes every day an adventure for his fucking kids. I would love it if my father had shown nearly that much fucking incentive when I was a kid. Seriously, I would have loved it if he was that fucking involved when I was a kid. But you gotta shit on anyone that actually has something to do with their fucking kids. Dude, does it really matter if it's monetized? I mean, think about it. As long as the kid's not being forced to do something they don't want to do, or being harmed in any way, does it really fucking matter? As long as they're having a kick-ass time with their parent. You're so fucking stupid. Now hold on. Hold on a minute. Dude, I know a lot of people I went to high school with now have children of their own. Some of these people, I believe, are fucking great parents. They seem to know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They seem to be taking every step they can to ensure their kid actually has a secure future. As financially secure as they can possibly be, but also in terms of how the kid is treated and how the kid develops socially as an individual. A lot of these people that I went to school with actually seem to be doing the necessary things to take these attentive steps to ensure the kid has a decent fucking upbringing. But you, dude, you can't peel yourself away from the fucking camera for 30 fucking seconds. I mean, seriously, I bet you can't go for 24 fucking hours without uploading a video. I know I'd fucking win that bet. If you were to put 100 grand on that fucking bet, I would have a brand new house, a brand new car, a new laptop, and bills paid for at least a year and a half. Why, you may ask? Because I know you wouldn't be able to fucking do it. You simply are unable to. The reason it's hard to consider you as a competent father is because you seem to have the mentality of a dipshit teenager. You don't seem to be able to take anything remotely seriously unless it's aimed at you personally. I don't think you really give a fuck about your kids, simply because of the fact that you seem to give no fucks about other people's kids. Like how you knowingly exploit people who send images of their bodies so that you can validate them. You. You're not making people happy about their bodies. You're not trying to say, well, you should be proud of yourself no matter what you look like. It's more of like, well, you're a little bit overweight, so I think you're fucking ugly. Yeah, I think you're a whale, bitch. Because you're a little overweight. Instead of just saying, I believe that you should get some healthier eating habits, and I'm sure you'll get to your goal. Or if not, you're just fine the way you are. But no, you shit on people. I mean, you do it openly and excessively. And for some reason, everyone else seems to be blind to this fucking shit. That Sarah girl you have living at your house, since Billy's gone, I'm pretty sure you're gonna start nailing her on the side once Lainey decides she's done with your ass, takes the fucking kids and starts getting your dumbass for child support. It'll be you and Sarah. And honestly, Sarah's mother seems like a nihilistic cunt herself because she's letting her teenage daughter live with someone who's known for mentally and physically taking advantage of teenagers. So yeah, that's a shitty parent in and of itself. Greg, I think the only real way you could ever live in a world where you would ever be a competent parent is if your child were a 14-year-old who acted and thought the same as you. Because then there'd be no risk of them doing anything that you wouldn't do, because they'd be just like fucking you. They wouldn't have a life of their own, so they'd just do whatever your stupid fucking ass tells them to. They'd be a mindless fucking drone. And they'd be fucking perfect for you.
For Mr. Grum. From day one, he's criticized my age gap with my wife. Just 9 years. Same age gap that the girl from the Disney movie Tangled had with her boyfriend. This whole time, Mr. Grum's been...
You do realize that's a fucking movie, right? That those people don't actually fucking exist? Are you really that fucking dumb?
Pointing his finger at me, but ignoring the fact that he cheated on Mrs. Grum with the babysitter, who he had a larger age gap with than me, who is threatening the well-being of. Anyway, I don't talk to Mr. Grum anymore because he said that he was going to steal away our child as what he called a joke. Anyway, to all the social justice heroes on Tumblr, the vloggers who took it upon themselves to write the family members of Lainey, cursing my very existence. As of November 14th, 2015, she and I will have been married for 3 years.
Wow, is everyone supposed to give a fuck? Dude, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that this whole video is basically you just trying to give a giant middle finger to people who don't like what you have to do. And it's not the fact that they don't like what you have to do, it's just the fact that they don't like the way you do it, that they don't like the methods you seem to employ when it comes to getting in and out of relationships, and how you seemingly creep on people who are easy to control and manipulate. I mean, you're so fucking full of shit that you'll tell someone how bad of a person they are, when all you'll do is exploit a different person for the exact same reasons that another person might exploit them. I mean, you claim to be on such a fucking pedestal that you think that you're above everyone else, when in reality is you're so fucking deluded that you refuse to accept the fact that you yourself have created all your own fucking life's problems. This whole video is like, well, see, we won. We've been together for 3 years. We won. We won. We did it. We won. Dude, my girlfriend and I have been dating for 2 fucking years. Only 2 years of dating, yes. But I can say with utmost certainty that I would marry her in the future. And I plan on it as soon as I can actually get it readily available. But the fact here is, asshole, you seem to just be like, well, we've been married for 3 years. That means everyone else has lost. No, it just means you're such a fucking facile dickhead that you think that everyone gives a fuck. No one wants to really stop you because they all know that you're just gonna fuck it up somehow. I mean, you've already started to. I mean, when you forced fucking Lainey to be okay with Billy entering the bedroom with your carnal activities, You pretended that Lainey should be okay with it, and you forced her to be okay with it. So yeah, fuck you. You've lost. This video is done. At what cost? None whatsoever. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give that fucking like button a smack. Feel free to share on all irrelevant social media. Hell, even leave a comment if you want. I don't really care what you do. Just have a fucking awesome day. And Greg, fuck you.